And they call me the golden shovel. So I'm about to bury a push. Your face looks like my nuts. Ooh. Except you got a hairier bush. Oh, looks like I wore out my welcome. It's about time that I left you. So there'll be no AA for today. But you about to get the F you.
Oh! Marky Mark is back!
He's my favorite Wahlberg.
I know, right? Does John Cena count as a Wahlberg?
He looks like one.
He should.
He looks like the long-lost Wahlberg. Like I expect him like to show up at the restaurant at any point now.
I know,
Put
right?
one up in Chicago.
Movie together?
What's that?
They're in a movie together.
Me too.
Technical difficulties.
Blippity blip blip.
Stepdads, whatever. Will Ferrell?
Yeah, he was in
He
was.
At the end, he ends up being
he's one of
Mark's stepdad.
Yeah, somebody's dad.
He's somebody.
He could be my dad with that bank account. Shit.
You got the Mr. Rogers comb over going. You know?
He's going bald in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hollywood's probably like, grow your hair, John. We don't want that crew cut.
I like the crew.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling, episode 53. With me in the studio today is Marcelius. What's up, Marcelius?
How you doing?
Ooh, I'm doing real good. And back once again, all the way from WrestleMania weekend in New Jersey, is senior referee at Black Label Pro, Jeremy Tillema. He didn't get enough sleep, you know. He was partying hardy on Jeff Hardy.
Wake up!
Sorry, I didn't sleep well.
I bet not. How was that fucking? How was your travel?
Dude, it was a blast, man. We went out there, we did the damn thing, and I would call it a success, man. We killed it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I saw I've yet to watch it, unfortunately. It's coming.
Which is ironic because we're about to cover the entire card and you are about to have everything spoiled for you.
It's all right. I kind of spoiled everything anyway because I looked on Twitter to see who won.
Oh, well, that's fair game.
Yeah,
Did you watch it, Marcellus?
No. There's too much to watch this weekend, man. I was trying to stay on top of it. I'm looking at to watch NXT and Hall of
You know
Fame
what
and
happens
everything.
when you don't watch Black Label Pro,
What's
Marcellus? You end up looking like a bitch.
Are you saying Marcellus Wallace is a bitch?
Figure out how to get it in.
I know.
You got it.
I was thinking that too. We're sitting here with Matt Riddle's little brother Marcellus.
Oh, you know, it's funny actually. We're playing. My band's playing a show in like 2 weeks right next door at the Art, and
Hey, that place rules.
Yeah,
he made the flyer. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson from the Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice little.
Damn.
I said, is Marcellus Wallace a bitch? Say what again, motherfucker?
What?
Nothing. Let's move on. So it was a huge weekend for professional wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
Pretty exhausting. I can't imagine being out there.
We found the answer. Can you OD from professional wrestling?
Oh,
the answer is absolutely not. Give me some more, baby.
Feed me. Whoa.
No. We're not plugging that guy.
Yeah.
No. That guy. Oof.
So anyways, tell us about Black Label Pro Adventures in Wrestling.
It was a large capacity sellout crowd there in the White Eagle Hall in beautiful Jersey City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
Everybody brought it, man, from the word go. And case in point, we started with the main event, the heavyweight title. I almost said world title. It's not been defended anywhere else but America. Sorry.
WWE kind of ripped you guys off, man. What the fuck?
No, hey, we went on Friday at 2:30 Central Time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They ripped you off.
They didn't take place until Sunday. So technically, when you think about it.
That's the first thing I thought when Heyman came walking out. I was like, what the fuck? Imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
I honestly thought
guess.
they were just doing a promo for later, for the hype for later in the night, but then they went for it. I was like, sweet. But anyways, yeah, we started with Ethan and Kobe, and boy, did that match deliver. I'll tell you what, it started hot and it set the tone for the rest of the show. And yeah,
a lot of people were on Twitter. I mean, that's how I got all my information was on Twitter feed.
When Sarah Rose said that the following contest is scheduled for one fall and it's for the Fire Pro Wrestling Heavyweight title, the crowd went, oh, like they couldn't believe it. We didn't announce it. We just literally started with the heavyweight title match.
You just said Fire Pro.
Oops.
Yeah, I heard that too. I wasn't going to say nothing, man.
The Black Label Pro. There's the first thing Mikey's going to yell at me for.
He's going to kick your ass for that.
It's okay. He can kick my ass next week on 420 out in South Bend for Players Brawl.
I'll be there.
There we go. I just
I'll be
made
at
up
Freelance
for it.
too.
There we go. Freelance, baby. That'll be good too. But anyways, when she announced that it was for the heavyweight title for Black Label.
BLPmerch.com. Buy the shirt.
I'm very tired while doing this. I apologize. My brain is scattered. Repeat, brain is scattered. But anyway, the crowd couldn't believe it. And like you said, Twitter lit up. They're like,
False Count Anywhere match for that?
Street fight.
Anything
goes. And literally everything happened. I told you, anything that wasn't bolted down was getting used. And they went all over that building, man. And we saw Jake Lander and Trey Lamar get involved, and eventually Ethan was able to subdue them, but that wasn't enough. Kobe Durst.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was like, damn it.
Pile driver. The man that started on the undercard, the untelevised dark match at Black Label Pro's very first show, the Darkest Timeline, ended up being our heavyweight champion on the biggest show that we've ever done.
Nice.
So how about that for character growth and as a person? Kobe Durst has come a long way since the very first Darkest Timeline tournament, and because of that, he is the new Fire. I almost did it again.
You did.
Can you just?
He did. We're not editing that shit.
No, please do. Oh man,
Sven hates it.
He became the very first
Black Label Pro.
He became the Black Label Pro heavyweight champion.
So, I mean, there's got to be a rematch clause. What's up with that?
We will see. I know that in the aftermath, Ethan Page was on Twitter in reference to the Players Brawl. He said, "Give me Kobe and his boys."
Yeah.
So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But I know that Ethan does not look like he's going to let this go quietly.
Nor should he.
No. Well, you know, there are no rules in a street fight.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Does it suck that, you know, guys that weren't scheduled to be in the match ended up being there? Yeah, but technically,
you gotta expect it, especially when a dude's being an ass. Kobe's been being an ass.
Well, you know, Kobe's had a kind of a change of heart lately, man.
Yeah.
He's been walking to the beat of a different tempo here, and we're gonna see what happens.
He gives no fucks.
You know, he used to be one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and now he's kind of a dick.
Are you saying he's a dick?
Yes, I believe I am saying that.
I believe he just did.
Kobe Durst, who used to be one of my favorite Canadians, is now a dick.
I like it.
But now on to but you know who wasn't a dick, that was kind of the star of the week for not only us but like a lot of the promotions that he appeared for, was Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy had a match with Brian Alvarez, and that was for the independent title, independent TV title, and they went out there, and all week Orange Cassidy was kind of just displaying why he's gotten the hype that he's gotten lately.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen an Orange Cassidy match, go out of your way, and if you don't have the independent wrestling TV subscription, go on YouTube and just look up Orange Cassidy and watch his stuff.
I think there's a promo code out right now too. So if you hit up Black Label Pro on Facebook or Twitter,
that is correct.
You can get that promo code for 20 free days of independent
20
wrestling.
free days.
So you can watch everything that fucking happened. You can take those 20 days off of work and watch the whole fucking weekend.
Yeah, but yeah, it was Brian Alvarez versus Orange Cassidy for his IWTV championship, and they were having, at first Orange Cassidy was just kind of doing what he does, man. He was, just kind of there. Alvarez eventually tied him up.
Started to peel away Orange Cassidy, so to speak.
Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Sir.
He ain't got the juice like that.
He got at one point he had Cassidy all tied up, and he went as far as to take the trademark sunglasses of Orange Cassidy and crush them under his heel.
What the fuck?
What a dick.
Which is correct.
Which drew the ire of the crowd. Somebody actually threw their own pair of sunglasses into the ring, and Alvarez, of course.
Use mine.
Oh, well, Alvarez had other thoughts on that part. He squashed those too, which all seriousness aside, that was hilarious to me that Alvarez did that. That was just such a dick move that.
Well, you watch a man crush a pair of sunglasses,
dude. Sunglasses aren't cheap, dude. Like
no,
my next they are the most expensive.
I got my bougie ass Ray-Bans going right here.
They are the most expensive $10 that you'll ever buy. You know what I'm talking about. You go to the freaking dollar store and you're buying some shit and it's sunny outside and you want it. And you're like, I want sunglasses, and then like you pick some up and you're thinking about it. You're like, well, I really need that $10 though, and you put it back.
I always usually do though because I lose.
Are the most expensive $10 you can spend.
Yeah.
But
so if you throw him in the ring, the man on a sunglasses crushing mission,
Men on a mission. Did you say somebody just
come on,
talk about
Bruce? Come on, Bruce. But eventually Cassidy freed himself, and
at least he didn't relieve himself.
Maybe I was in New York and
I
I smelled some stuff.
I bet.
Who knows?
Streets smell like piss.
Whew.
Does it smell like how it looks in Jason Takes Manhattan?
Not quite. Like I'm not. All kidding aside, I only smelled it a couple of times, but when I smelled it, I really smelled it. but Alvarez was actually going to put. I think he was going to put Cassidy away, but then we heard some familiar music. "We Belong" by Pat Benatar filled the White Eagle Hall, and Alvarez was looking over his shoulder, and it ended up costing him the title.
So who came out?
Nobody. I think it was a red herring.
Yeah.
I think that it was a message from Marco Stunt, though. If I
If I
had to venture a guess, I love that you're doing this podcast, by the way, with sunglasses on.
You like that?
Oh yeah, it's a nice touch.
Everything gets brighter with these fucking things on. They're like the toxic
now
sunglasses.
You understand why Cassidy wears those things.
Yeah, I know,
man.
right?
What's from Breakfast Club? For better nighttime vision.
Yeah.
Or for better hallway vision. That's what it was. But Cassidy rolled him up 1, 2, 3, and he retains his title.
Nice.
Well,
give me that buzz. I like a good buzz.
Damn that thing! Take that, dude.
I'll take it.
I apologize, folks. I am so tired, so I sound very slurry and stuff like that. I swear to God, I have not been drinking. I just got off work.
Did you do any drinking out there?
I did some drinking out there, one of my buddies from California showed up. He actually smuggled a bottle in, and we were just sitting there just making shots, making mixed drinks the entire night from the bar. And man, we got a good buzz going on. But we kind of got to get a little messed up, but not as messed up as the guys in the Tank and Manny Fernandez versus Sad.
Oh man, I heard that was another killer match.
Ooh,
Manny was going hard in the paint, from what I hear.
Man, Manny's a savage.
Mm-hmm. The Raging Bull.
Yeah, he is, and it's the first time I'd ever seen Dominic Guarini run from something. Tank pulled out some skewers, and if you were watching AIW's Slumber Party, you would understand why that happened. But Sadkampf and Tank and Manny had an extremely physical tag match, very much akin to what they did with Workhorsemen. It was very physical. It was very brutal, but
very big, very hard, very stiff.
At the end of it all, Sadkampf ended up with the win.
What?
Yeah, they won.
God damn it! I mean, I get whatever. That's cool. I like those.
What?
Guys.
What do you mean? What?
I wasn't pulling for him, but I like.
Well,
him.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Sadconf has had some pretty hard miles lately that has really brought them together as a tag team. And with all due respect to Manny and Tank, they're not used to teaming together.
Right.
So at the end of the day, while on paper you might think that, well, this is very one-sided to Manny and Tank's advantage, they don't have the chemistry that Sadconf has right now, and I think that's the reason it cost them. Kevin Koo was able to catch him and got the win. So I actually have to tip my cap to Sadconf being able to put away a couple of savvy
legends,
very
man.
hardened veterans like Manny and Tank.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, tip of the cap and cheers to them, man.
What was next?
What was next was Jake Parnell, Chris Dickinson, and Rory Gulak
I love that name.
versus Gary J, AJ Gray,
Oh, and I know this.
and Kurt Stallion. But we saw. Remember, I said you never know what's going to happen. We had some surprises here.
Can I just go ahead and say it because I'm getting a raging clue right now.
They the team of Parnell, Dickinson, and Gulak proceeded to cut a promo, and they decided to make it an 8-man tag, and they brought out the surprise return of Daniel Makabe from BLP Unplugged notoriety from a couple of months back. And Rory Gulak said that he is that Rory is the most technically sound wrestler in the world, and as a partner, he can only think of the second most technically sound partner he could think of. So out comes Daniel Makabe, and the crowd was shocked by that. They didn't see it coming. But what we really didn't see coming was when Gary J announced that he too had a surprise partner, and of ECW fame.
Yes.
You go ahead.
Yeah. C.W. Anderson, motherfucker!
That's right. C.W. Anderson showed up. We had ourselves an 8-man tag right there in the middle of the White Eagle Hall. And I'll tell you what.
Were there EC Dub chants?
There were some
Abundant?
EC Dub chants, but I'll tell you what. As fun as an EC Dub chant is, fans weren't really there for necessarily the nostalgic push this time around. They were really there for wrestling.
Oh,
and these guys went out there and busted their ass. And they went out there and they had a very nice tag match. But at the end of it, Gary J was able to catch Parnell, and he picked up the win. Who knows what that might have in store for the Indiana State Championship? Maybe there's something to that. Gary J pinned Jake Parnell, so those in the hunt for that title have to take note. I would think. I
would think so too. Maybe we'll see that down the line.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll see what the Black Label Pro powers that be had to say. Maybe Kirby, who was not with us. I wish we could have had Kirby Alexander out there. He would have been a ball to hang out with. But maybe he was watching at home and saw that. And maybe he'll throw that out there. But in time, who knows?
Sweet. So what do we have next?
We had the International Women's Tag Match.
With a little more the International Women's Tag Match.
Well, hey, women's wrestling, man. The theme of the week was women's wrestling, was it not?
Yeah. Well, when you got women main eventing the biggest event in the world
and ending it in a botch. But
yeah, we'll get to that.
How do we know it was a botch? How do we know it was a botch?
We don't.
It might have been meant to be the controversial call. I don't know.
Yeah.
That 3 looked pretty decisive to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. But
I'm actually gonna watch Raw tonight.
It starts
on YouTube
right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got Hulu for that. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Good old Hulu.
Yeah. I just catch the YouTube shit because I'm like,
at that point, that's really what you need to see, right? It's gonna be on YouTube.
Well, come on. The Raw after WrestleMania has
it'll be
always
awesome.
been pretty.
It's probably gonna be a call up or two.
But at this point, I'm used to like, oh man, all these badasses got called up, and then like a month or two later, it's like, whoa, where'd they go? Who are you?
But I'll tell you what. We had Jordan Grace, Kylie Ray, Nicole Savoy, Shotzi Blackheart, and Samantha Heights.
Yeah.
Going up against Shaza McKenzie, Charlie Evans, Jessica Troy, Indy Hartwell, and Zoe Lucas. And they went out there and man, they left it all there. Dives from a number of individuals. It was insanity personified, and I tip my cap to all the ladies for going out there and really representing women's wrestling the way they did. I hope that they are proud of that match because it was a very good match.
Fuck yeah!
But in true patriotic fashion, Team USA pulls out the victory.
Nice. Glad to hear that.
You know, Jordan Grace hits the big one and
like she always do.
1, 2, 3.
Kid.
Hey. Throw it up.
Too sweet me when you meet me, bro.
Oh, that's not cool, bro. We didn't do that.
We
didn't do that.
Oh.
Did y'all catch the part of the Hall of Fame with him up there talking about the titties and everything? And
yeah.
Even Sean was even kind of going with it a little bit.
His eye was going with it too.
Oh God. Of all that, it was the dumbest joke they did that made me laugh the most, and that's when they put on their reading glasses.
Yeah. That was awesome. So I think I got your nose.
It's funny because he's got a big nose. Oh man. Oof.
So what? Get back in the Black Label though. What else do we have going on in this card?
So,
which, mind you, before I'm going to cut you off again. Like I said, you guys check out Black Label on Facebook and on Twitter so you can get that promo code
for 20 days.
20 free days, independentwrestling.tv, and you can watch this amazing pay-per-view, historic pay-per-view for you guys at Black Label.
Yes, sir. It was a very historic pay-per-view, and I'll tell you what,
I can tell you're gassed from it.
I am, dude. Well,
you had to go
honestly,
Mania weekend and come back to fucking work.
It was the whole thing, man. Oh man, work, and of course I come back and it's a Monday and we're slammed.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping to creep into work and just kind of ease back into it. Nope. Start to finish, you are buried.
Mm-hmm.
Like heavy.
Yeah.
Like just
the golden shovel.
Like with a golden shovel. There it is with the golden shovel. But I'll tell you what was not affected by the golden shovel was the BLP Tag Team Championship. Space Pirates.
Yes, my favorite.
Versus the besties in the world, which made their long overdue debut at Black Label Pro. The besties in the world, they are probably one of the best tag teams in the Midwest. Go check them out. Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett. Those two are great. They took on Sammy Guevara and Robbie Eagles for the tag titles, and
it was a triple threat, right?
Triple threat tag team title match. They went out there and they went out there and gave the match that I think we all knew that they could do, and actually, the most surprising thing about the match is how quick it went. They went out there and they tore it up, but they were done like under 10 minutes, and
that's nice.
The Space Pirates got the jig and tonic, and they ended up retaining the tag titles. Go check it out on Adventures in Wrestling there on Independent Wrestling TV.
Does Space Monkey have that little banana flask?
I love that banana flask.
I have one.
I want to know what type of rum, because I'm assuming because they're pirates that they drink rum.
But I wonder if he's got 99 bananas in it.
I want to know what kind of rum that Space Monkey is rocking there. Is it a fruity rum? Is he a Captain Morgan guy? Like what's in that flask? It's kind of like the Undertaker's urn. What's in there? I need to know.
SCM Punk.
Oh. Wah wah.
Next.
Ooh, thank you. Next. No. I love that post. Ariana Grande makes music for ladies that cheat on their
I know, right?
I'm talking about Ariana Grande. That's a touchy subject for me.
Yeah, I like Taco Bell Grande meals.
Taco Bell is one of the greatest things ever.
I can't help but think of Taco Bell when I hear her name. That's what I do.
Yeah.
No offense.
I'll tell you what, man.
No offense.
No offense. What do you mean, no offense?
Well, someone might be like, "Oh, he just said that." I'm like, "No, I said it because it sounds like something off the fucking value menu at Taco Bell." I'd like an Ariana Grande.
Everything's the value menu on Taco Bell, dog.
I know, right? I can go there and get a Whopper.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about Taco Bell, I want the fun that was had this week with the Black Label Pro crew. I want to, shout out to everybody that was at the Airbnb. the Black Label crew pretty much took over a 3-story apartment in Jersey City, and some of the arguments in terms of fast food and preferences like that were astonishing. That I can't believe what didn't come up was
Wendy's.
Well, of course that came up with Mikey.
Mikey was
vehemently hates Wendy's, but I want to know, and maybe Mikey, if he's listening, I would assume he's listening because we're plugging his show. But Mikey will tweet this out, which he prefers. Hell yeah, McDonald's or Taco Bell. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna go with McDonald's, but like,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
I'm slumming it.
Yeah, of course. But anyways, I'll tell you what wasn't slumming it was the final match on the card, and probably from a production standpoint, one of the most terrifying matches we've ever had.
Yeah, you were telling me about the drama.
Simply because we weren't sure this match was even happening.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Gresham versus Shigehiro Irie. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Forgive me, Mike. I know you told me how to pronounce it properly, but I'm very tired, and I'm
That's all right.
Lucky.
We'll forgive you. Mikey might not, but we'll forgive you.
No, Mikey forgives nothing.
Yeah.
Ask Mikey about how he forgives Virgil.
Yeah. I heard he's a real dick.
Oh, he's a absolute. Well,
he's a piece of shoe.
Anyways, Gresham versus Irie was it was a fast-paced, absolute barn burner of a match that almost didn't happen. I guess that Gresham got stuck in traffic getting to the venue, and it was a question of whether or not he was going to make it in time. And I guess
Here's the thing, though. It's WrestleMania weekend. It's New York, New Jersey,
it's
whatever, same
bad
shit.
on a regular weekend.
Get your ass up at 4 a.m. and drive.
He was on another show.
Oh yeah,
and he was booked.
My bad. Sorry.
He had allotted himself enough time to get there, even with traffic. But what he didn't really factor in, which how could you?
Accidents.
Was the Holland Tunnel pretty much shutting down?
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that movie Daylight.
It was rough, man.
Sylvester.
But he got there, he walked the curtain, and Shig gave the crowd one to talk about. It was fast paced, it was hard hitting, and I'll tell you what, it was an honor to officiate that match. But at the end of the day, Gresham, for all of his timeliness, was able to find a way to slap on a rear naked choke and come out victorious. And I'll tell you what, the crowd was into that match. They were, I don't think they could catch their breath. It was like a Michael Bay movie, just nice. Explosion after explosion.
That's good.
And when you're in there, you're as a referee, your job is to enforce the rules and make sure that nobody gets seriously hurt, that they can't continue. But I couldn't help but just be in awe of just the pace that they were going at and the ferocity at which they were doing it. You would have thought that this was for the heavyweight title, the intensity that they had. And it's another one. Go out of your way and watch Shig and Gresham. It was insane. But that Gresham won and sent us to the credits, man. And that was Adventures in Wrestling.
You guys cut it pretty close too, huh?
I believe we had now I was told a couple of different times. In one case I was told we had 3 minutes left, and in another case we had about 10. So I'm going to cut it in the middle and say we had 6.
All right, just average it out.
Because we had a hard deadline, because we were in between Chikara and I believe it was Joey Janela's Spring Break Part 1, and they had the guys that were running the collective. They needed to get everything tore down and reset up because we were all sharing the White Eagle Hall, and so we had a hard time. And we just got it in.
You see any WWE guys up there? I saw
I didn't.
Ambrose and
I had heard that
Regal were.
Yeah, they were
around.
I think it was there at Bloodsport.
Yeah.
And actually at AIW, I believe Luke Harper and Xavier Woods were there Thursday night. We actually had a special guest Friday. He was observing the action. Conrad Thompson was out there watching.
Ooh. Rumor and innuendo.
But it was nice to catch up with him again. They were there for
Whoop, there it is.
There it is. They did the double show with us. So it was nice. It was nice to see Conrad. But man, I'll tell you what. I read that we had one of the best shows of the week. I don't know if that's up to the fans. Twitter seemed to love us.
Yeah.
Give us some love. Go out of your way. Watch Adventures in Wrestling, but watch the collective as a whole. There was a lot of good stuff.
It was a lot of good shit. And that Bloodsport, too, man. I mean, that was like the kickoff. Fuck, Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Killer Cross. And it was like a shoot fight, dude. Like, holy shit. I love, there were no ring posts, no ropes. Like, and that's.
We saw multiple times this week just how deadly those fists on Davey Boy Smith can be.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, dude. He's a legit badass, dude. He's been training for a long fucking time. Yeah, dude. The son of the British Bulldog. Like, don't fuck with me.
Looks just like
yeah, dude. He looks just like him. He had a picture too. He tweeted with Hulk Hogan. He's like, got to meet my hero today. I was like, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Hey man, anytime you can get to meet your heroes, it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, I the Hornswoggle interview, which will be coming out soon. He was I don't want to give too much of that away for free, even though it's free anyway. Whatever. His hero was the Ultimate Warrior, and he's got a very good fucking story about that. So be on the lookout. Speak to me, warriors.
I love that we both went for it at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude.
You got to go hard. You got to go home.
Podcast champions of the world. Oh wait, no, that's somebody else's shtick. I'll tell you what, man. I thought that.
Did you see Steve? Was he out there?
I didn't see
Warrior
Steve. I don't think he was out there. I could be wrong, but I did not bump into Steve. But it was nice to go out there and see some friends.
Wrestling with Unicorns was out there.
Wrestling with Unicorns. Throw up that horn, man. He was out there, and Basil Mahmood was out there. Mouse's Wrestling Adventures, he was out there, and pretty much everybody you could think of.
Yeah.
Almost everybody, obviously, with Steve Pod.
Right.
But a lot of people were out there, man. And for me, some of the biggest stars of the weekend, my top three have to be Cassidy, Dom Guarini, and I'm going to give the nod to Hornswoggle just because Hornswoggle was out there doing stuff you don't expect Hornswoggle to do. Mm-hmm. I watched him in his match with Steiner, and man, he was somebody say Scotty. He was able to withstand some belly to belly suplexes from the likes of Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could.
So how did they? I want you to give me a spoiler on that, because how did Steiner win? Did he put him in? He didn't give him the recliner, did he? He did. How do you put a midget in the recliner?
He's Scott Steiner.
Other than getting a small lazy boy.
Scott Steiner put the midget in the recliner because he's Scott Steiner. Because he got the largest size in the world. It's Scott Steiner. You do the math. I do the math. Oh. See what you did? See what I did there?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
But man, and then he had the match with Nick Gage. That man's an absolute psychopath.
He's a fucking nut.
And he was able to go toe to toe with Nick Gage.
He's fighting Jordan Grace, isn't he?
Nick Gage is going to fight Jordan Grace at the Players Brawl on 420 in South Bend for Black Label Pro.
Yeah.
And oh my God, like my God, I'm not selling this to you. I honestly have no clue who to put my money on in that one. I really don't.
Yeah, Jordan's a tough broad, man.
Yeah, like Nick Gage is a raging psychopath that will do absolutely anything to anyone.
Didn't he do some time?
He did some time.
He did some time.
He did the crime, so he did the time.
Oh, he did some time.
But hey, Crime Time was out there too. How about that?
Yeah, I saw them. Who was it?
I
Shad
seen Shad
was.
and MVP.
Shad and
yeah, they were tearing up when Kofi won.
Yeah, but Nick, I don't know that you can count Jordan out of that fight automatically just because.
Oh no, not at all, dude. Jordan's a badass.
Jordan is like one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Not one of the strongest women, one of the strongest people I've ever seen.
Right.
Her workouts and just the conditioning that she's gotten herself into is incredible.
Oh yeah.
I honestly, thinking about it, I might actually give the edge, believe it or not, to Jordan Grace.
The Razor's Edge.
Uh,
You know what I mean? You cocksucker. You know, it's like that. Hey,
yo.
so while we got about 20 more minutes left, let's transition real quick into WrestleMania, the main event, which is the reason that attracted all the fireflies and all the independent wrestling promotions, if you will. What'd you guys think about it? Real quick, before we get into any details about the match, Marcellus, you're on the hot seat. 1 out of 10, 1 to 10 rating. What'd you give it?
Well, hold on. Let me clarify that. Are you talking about the main event, or are
I'm
you
talking about the program
WrestleMania
as a whole.
Oh,
As a whole.
WrestleMania 35 as a whole.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Matt
I'd
Riddle
give it.
Jr.
I'd give it a 6. I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
No. I'll give it a 7.
All right.
I was expecting a 5. It was a 6 because of the low expectations. It then elevates to a 7. You know.
I like that. It's Mad TV up in this
There
bitch.
wasn't a lot of hype. I wasn't really expecting. There's been years in the past where I was expecting, a really decent show.
Yeah.
And it was just
Garbage.
So to not really have as much hype built
Yeah.
around it, it was better than I thought.
Yeah, there wasn't that much poo on the toilet paper this year. Jeremy.
I'm gonna have to go with like a 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought I had fun.
Me too. Yeah.
I
Alright.
went into it. I said, "Look, I'm here to be entertained.
Yeah.
Entertain me." And
Here we are now.
entertain us. Oh, I apologize for that.
Hey, it is
I
the
should
day
not have
too.
gone
It's
for
April
that.
8th.
Yeah.
So as of this recording, so RIP KC. Anyways,
Man, why you got to bring that down?
hey,
bring it down here,
hey,
man?
come on now.
The world misses Kurt Cobain.
I know, I miss him.
But overall, yeah, I thought that WrestleMania was a case of if you stop setting your expectations so high and watch it as a fan and stop trying to second guess everything and try to say, well, they should have done this, that, or the other. If you get away from that and watch it as a fan,
It's very true.
it was fun. I couldn't believe how much fun I had. And I'll give you a case in point. I was not necessarily a fan of how things were going for both Shane McMahon and the Miz's characters, but that match, I had fun watching.
It was great. It was great.
It was a great
Potato face.
Yeah, potato head dad. He's got a fucking
the
potato
meme.
head.
The meme.
Dude.
I loved that he actually repositioned his hands.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Shane looked good, man.
Shane is, I think at this point, after that match,
He's the best in
and
the world.
We have to legitimately start respecting both
According to
Shane
Saudi Arabia.
and
Yeah,
the Miz
right.
as the performers that they are.
Yeah.
You got to respect the entertainment value that they bring to your program. So outside of my sentimental favorite, which I do believe was legitimately the match of the night in Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston, outside of that, I thought that Miz and Shane had one of the best matches.
Favorite match though?
Was Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston for a number of reasons.
Marcellus, you?
I'd probably have to agree favorite match, but if we were saying favorite moment, probably the whole John Cena Dr. Thugonomics nostalgia.
Word life. This is basic juiceonomics.
I like the another exciting moment for me was the Batista getting his nose ring ripped out.
I loved it.
That
I
was
saw
one of
it
the
coming and I watched it and I was like, he's all right. Yeah,
That was one of the most
pretty.
grotesque things I think I have ever seen on WWE television.
Yeah.
And I remember Mae Young giving birth to
To a hand.
Oh, horns.
Well, it's cool too because I mean, for one thing, it's Mania, and another, I know Dave. I don't know him personally, but I know he's a big fan of like the older. He believes in getting color in matches when it's needed, and I knew at some point there was going to be that was going to happen, but to have it happen that way was super cool. It was sadistic and it kind of reminiscent of old Triple H.
Oh, the whole Triple
You
H,
know,
the ending to
the
the match where
fingers
he
getting.
jumped. He did the running jump off of the steps with the hammer. I mean, that was
Yeah, he
pretty
cocked the
awesome,
hammer. It was
actually.
time for action.
He got him.
Superman sledge.
I know it was too. He's straight ripping Roman. You ever seen that meme where Roman's jerking the hand, to charge it up?
Cocking the
Yeah, and then you see Vince, and he's like, "Oh yeah." Someone showed me that at Mania. I was just laughing. But I would have to say my favorite matches of the night. I guess you could say the Kofi match. I think that was the best match on the card. But my 3 favorite was the Kofi match, Shane and The Miz, and then the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. And then
so penitentiary.
Yeah, and you know, the Seth Rollins Lesnar wasn't bad, but it was just I'll put it to you this way: shock factor wise, I didn't pick Seth to win.
No.
So it was kind of shocking to me, and you know what? I was shocked that they gave it to Kofi. I was happy, but
I told the people that were watching with me, I said,
because it was really out of nowhere. And here's my point on this, and it's nothing.
Kofi Kingston, the performer, the character, the story of Kofi Kingston going back the 11 years, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He was only going to lose the match on New Day heel flip. You know, like New Day going heel or something. That's the only way he was going to lose.
I'd have been cool with that,
I feel like it would have been booze the rest of the night.
I don't know, but that would have been kind of weird, though, because Daniel Bryan is, I mean, he's going to be a heel for a little while, I think.
Daniel
I think
Bryan
he's enjoying
is
it.
the planet's champion.
Yeah. I do love that belt, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
The weed title?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Matt Riddle needs to wear that.
Hey.
Greenpeace Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man. Oh.
Kofi winning, and mind you, this is, and there's been a lot of controversy I've seen on Twitter and Facebook where, you know, all the smart marks using up all their crack money to argue on Twitter about shit they don't fucking know about. A lot of people were quoting, well, a lot of people, this one particular person, I don't even want to give him a shout out, but because it pissed me off. They're kind of taking away from Kofi's steam. Like, he is the first ever WWE African American champion.
The Rock did it.
The Rock is
Samoan.
Yeah, but no, he's
I associate him more as a Samoan, you know, than
Kofi
mixed.
Kingston was born in
and I know race really doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit about it, but it's a historic moment, though. It is,
but,
you know. And a lot of people thought it was Kodo Brazil or Bobo Brazil. I'm sorry, why did I say Kodo Brazil? Yeah.
Beware.
Your botchness is wearing off on me, Jeremy. I'm getting the wrong rub.
I'm tired and exhausted, and I'm
tired of your shit.
I'm gonna go home and sleep like I'm dead. What's your excuse?
I'm drinking beer.
Okay, that's a good excuse.
Hell yeah. But he is, and he's the first African American to win the Grand Slam in WWE,
Which
and
is
to be
a hell of an accomplishment.
Not the world champion, but the WWE champion.
Oh yeah, because then you got to talk about Booker T and Mark Henry. You know,
right?
Yeah. Always confused me over the years.
So it's about fucking time, dude. I mean, because I was saying they should have put the title on fucking Lashley when he came back. You know,
they should have put the title on Lashley when he had his first. I mean, he was the ECW champion, right?
They put green pupils on him.
Yeah,
I know that's the other thing I tweeted.
What was that?
I tried to stay off of Twitter.
I did like
so I
that
can enjoy the
shoulder
show.
look that he gave at Balor when Balor was done with his interest. I thought that was a great photo op.
Yeah,
right there.
I thought
He's
the
just
match
kind of
itself
looking over
was-
his shoulder.
And here's the thing, like I'm,
AJ
you know, what's
and Randy, too, was
underwhelming
supposed
to
to
me,
steal the show.
and I might
That
draw
was
some
underwhelming.
fucking heat on this. Is
Well,
I don't really give a fuck
I don't
about the
know-
demon.
I don't know that.
Why do you have to be the demon to beat somebody? Why do you have to put makeup on to beat somebody?
Yeah.
Like Finn's a great wrestler, dude. Like that's just.
And you know when he comes out as a demon, he's going to win. Because, like, even when he came out for the match against Lesnar, which is, you know, a big moment for him, he just came out, you know, no demon. It's like, okay, yeah, it's just Finn in a leather jacket. He's probably going to
He's just cool, like he, you know, was. And occasionally, you know, on the indies when he would dress up as comic characters, that shit was cool.
No, you could get
We
away
know
with that in the indies,
yeah,
yeah.
they ain't gonna do that. But I don't know. And it's the demon. How many demons have been in fucking WWE already? I don't know. I'm sorry if I piss people off. I just don't care for the demon character. I just want him to be Finn Balor and fuck shit up, you know? Sorry. Balor Club all day long.
Well, hey, he's Intercontinental champion, so.
Yeah,
There you
again,
go.
he'll lose it probably on Raw.
Well,
That's what I kept saying. I was
eventually
like,
everybody
they'll
loses
give
the
Kofi the
champion.
title. He'll lose it on
That's what we were
Tuesday.
talking about last night. Like, how long of a run are they going to give Kofi? Like, by Backlash, man.
It's a hiccup. You know, he's a paper champ. I hope that's not the case, but
No.
you never know. You know, WWE will do things for fans like just in the moment for whatever reason, and then the next night they're gonna look at the perfect example of that. And if it doesn't happen tonight, I'll be surprised. Is Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Whoa.
Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental belt at WrestleMania 2 and then literally lost
Dropped
it.
it
The next day. Like, that's the kind of
And that
shit
was
I'm
his
talking
moment,
about.
You know? His
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. But now he's got another one. And for Kurt Hawkins to get that victory,
Break the streak.
that was super awesome, dude. And he was rocking the Jets gear.
WrestleMania is where streaks go to die.
Yeah, if you don't believe me, ask Bork Laser. So I'm going to give Mania. I was entertained, but I will admit, I think on May 25th, when I sit there and watch Double or Nothing,
Yep.
I think I'm going to be popping with some major bonage more than I did for Mania, because I wasn't too pumped for anything. You know, I wasn't excited for any of the matches. Now, there were some great entertaining moments. Like, I'm a huge Hogan mark. You know, when hot-ass Alexa Bliss snapped her fingers and all of a sudden, brother, you know, he came out. I was like, fuck yeah. And then he started talking. I was like, ugh.
Silver.
Just hit the
God,
poses.
yeah.
Hit the poses.
Like, that joke was not cool. And, yeah, hit the poses, right? And he still fucked up the name.
That was, oh, come on, dude. You know he was doing that on purpose.
I don't think he was. The first time when he said the Silver Dome, I know that was. But then he's like, we're at MetLife Center.
I didn't catch that, did
You didn't catch that? Yeah, it's MetLife Stadium. He was confusing that with the fucking Barclays, I bet.
Well, who am I to yell at somebody for botching?
I know, you're like the
but
king of
still.
botches over here. Botchamania.
Whoa! Hey, I hate to interrupt this, but I do have to cut in here. We have breaking Black Label news. On April 20th, we are going to have a brother versus brother match. We are going to have the returning Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
Taking
really?
on his brother Logan Stunt.
Yeah, Logan
Out
Stunt. I
in
forgot.
South Bend.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Fuck yeah.
Golly.
Breaking news. You've heard it here
you
first.
You diabolical fiend.
You handsome son of a bitch.
Yes.
You gonna do sex to me?
Yes. Oh, you did it already. Wow. But yes, April 20th, Players Brawl.
Yeah,
Out
it's
in
gonna
South
be, dude.
Bend.
It's gonna be off the
Dude,
fucking hook. The brothers, man.
brothers getting it on.
I just became acquainted with Logan.
And yeah,
I just found out about him. I was like, holy fuck, is that Marco's brother?
that is Marco's brother. And on April 20th, we're going to have Marco and Logan in the same ring, one-on-one.
At the same
Players Brawl. Let's go.
Yeah, we're going fucking hard. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be a long weekend of wrestling, man. You got
But are you going to
freelance.
remember it the next day?
Whatever.
Anyways,
Cue
but
sweetly.
yes, that is breaking news. You heard it here first. Of course, it's gonna be a couple days before this gets out. But
This will actually be out on 4/10.
410,
19.
and you got 10 days till 420.
Yeah,
You're caught
bro,
up, baby. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
RVD 420 says I just smoked your ass.
You are so excited about that RVD signing. I can tell.
Oh,
I love
man,
it.
come on.
Dude, that's the shit, dude.
There
That's
you
the
go.
best thing for Impact that I've seen.
I think if he was going to go anywhere and get the most out of it, Impact right now for him was the best because of the matchups. And imagine him sitting in that circle with the Rascals, dude. Come on, dude. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be killer.
right,
I liked it when Moose fucking did it, dude.
Moose.
It'll be nice to see him come back with like a legit run,
Yeah.
as opposed to just like a Royal Rumble appearance.
Well, and actually
You know?
be into it, where he even said in an interview when he was there in 2010, you know, at the time they were TNA. They were trying to be WWE light, trying to go Monday nights and shit. And he didn't give a fuck that he was there. And I know it's like, yeah, it's a paycheck, but I actually think he genuinely will perform better and do better this time around.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the talent that are there. And he knows. I mean, he's wrestled guys like Pentagon and shit on the independents, and I think he knows what's up. I think it'll be good, man.
I think he remembers those matches. I can't.
Whatever.
But
Hey, man.
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah. Back to WrestleMania itself. We got off track there, but
It happens.
I'll tell you what a wonderful moment for Kofi Kingston to finally kind of get that typecast off of him as being just the guy that
The guy with the
comes out-
weird chest.
the guy that comes out and does the crazy Royal Rumble spot, and to finally
Yeah.
be the guy.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. That's got to
It brought a tear. That match brought a tear to my eye
with a tear in his eye.
for a number of reasons. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we were talking earlier about the women's. Oh, we kind of alluded to it, but we'll talk about the women's main event.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what. I love
What?
Charlotte's entrance.
You're a Charlotte Mark, and I don't know if I
I
like
am.
it.
I don't know either.
I am.
Marcellus, man, he's
Dude, she's
talking to the
Charlotte
son
is
of Matt
awesome.
Riddle over here.
Bro.
Hey, bro, listen.
Well, I mean, if you're the
Main
son of
roster.
Matt Riddle, wouldn't that be like cousin? Or
I don't know. It depends which
How does
cousin
that
you
work?
kiss.
That's my brother cousin.
I'm my own grandpa.
Nah. We're
Somebody
not.
call Bobby Duncan Jr.
We're not in that part of Indiana.
no.
Thank God.
But I thought, how about that entrance?
It was a cool homage
That was awesome.
to the Nature Boy. I love that shit. But here's my fucking how would you say this? My discrepancy.
Critique?
No, I don't critique it because I thought it was good. But my discrepancy with her whole character is, remember what, a year ago when they had her beat up her dad and was like, I don't want to be.
It was more than a year ago. Come on, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
However long it was,
The kind of the running rule is
She wanted
it
to-
happened over a year ago. It didn't really happen.
she wanted to be her own person, not known as just because of Flair,
You know,
daddy.
well, hold
I'll
on.
say
Flair
I'm
put it
grateful.
out. You heard.
Well,
him
then
say
he
it
got
last night.
sick, and shit happens, and I'm like, I don't know.
I'm grateful
Let
the
it go.
division is more right now than it
Can
was
you
just with
She's
fucking
great.
Sasha.
I'm
I was
not
gonna say,
denying
can
her
you
talent.
deny that Charlotte
No,
Flair
no,
is
no.
not one of the best
She is.
wrestlers
of
they
course.
have?
She's good, but I
She's
think
very
Tessa
good.
Blanchard is better.
I'll tell you what. I'd love to see that dream match. I'd
Yeah.
love to see that match.
Hey, she started the revolution, you know.
Charlotte, yes, she did.
Actually,
Well,
somebody in the
I'm
office
talking-
with a pen and paper did.
I was
but,
talking
you
about
know.
Tessa.
Oh, I thought we were talking about China.
She started the revolution, right?
I think China started it personally.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
of
and
course.
getting to that, because we ain't got a lot of time left, so we got to squeeze about 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag real quick. The Hall of Fame, I thought they really didn't give much to China, dude.
No, but
Not
they
at
had
all.
Her picture up on the fucking.
Yeah, picture up, and
Titantron.
it's like everybody said like one thing real quick about it. And Triple H, you know,
She
kind of
deserved
shouting
her
out to,
own induction.
yeah.
Definitely.
But that's, you know,
she
they-
did more for women's
this was the
wrestling.
easier way in the politically
China
correct way to do it.
Battle Royal has a
That was a great. I'm glad you brought that up, and shout out to fucking X-Pac for that. The China Memorial Battle Royal, because at what you had the 8th Wonder of the World with Andre. Now you got the 9th Wonder of the World with China.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
even there. How about the 9th Wonder of the World Battle Royal?
Yeah.
That might kind of has more of a has a nice kind of even.
I
roll
like
to
it a
that,
lot,
but,
Yeah.
but I still
I
was
like
kind
the
of appalled
concept,
at
but-
the little bit of notoriety it
It's
seemed
just
like
because
she
of the
got.
history, you know.
Well, yeah, and they probably didn't want to spend too much time because, like I said, she did dabble in, pornography. Which, hey, I ain't
Well,
mad
look at Paige. Well, they got Paige
Oh
running.
God, yeah.
They made a movie about Paige. Come on.
Ashley Massaro.
No, it was actually hers was gross.
I watched Paige fart a freaking dildo out of her butt.
Ah.
Come on, dude. And then I'm on the pre-show.
Yeah, I watched Xavier Woods go to town on that too. He
Shit.
was like up, down, down.
Case
Up, down, down. Was he holding the camera or shit?
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, so we got
Wow,
off track.
that
I
guy
just
really
thought,
got off track.
to me, it was.
Edit.
I felt like she needed a little bit more, like given time, like give her a fucking video or something. You know, what I mean. But at least it was there, you know. At least it was there, and she's in, so that's cool. The huge moment was Bret Hart getting attacked. That was all over some fucking asshole. And this guy, I read that he was also stalking some MMA guy or
Well,
something
I heard
in
he's
Lincoln,
an amateur
Nebraska.
MMA
Is he?
fighter.
I'll tell you
Honestly,
what.
I don't
He got
even
beat
want to
up
give
by
He's a
some real
professional
shit.
dumbass.
I don't
that took
even
a
wanna give
professional
him-
ass whoop.
Yeah. Did you see his mugshot?
There's question about whether or not that's him though.
Is
the
there?
one that looked like 10 pounds of beat up burger.
Yeah.
that one that like kind of.
You know what?
I don't think
It's
that
funny
was
you
him.
mention that. Yeah, maybe that wasn't then.
I saw
But,
Dash Wilder cracking him a couple
Oh,
times.
dude, he
All right,
cracked
so
the fuck.
here's my thing on it. All right, so I'm a raging lunatic, right? And I'm gonna run the ring and tackle Bret Hart in front of 20,000 people, surrounded
By big
in the
ass
ring
wrestlers
by
and MMA
wrestlers
fighters.
that I can't guarantee all of them are comfortable wearing formal wear and want to be there that long. And you're gonna tackle a 60-year-old man that's had a stroke and survived cancer, and
And he's a fucking
You almost
legend.
get attempted murder.
and
at
you're
that point.
going to, besides getting a new pair of teeth, you're what's your end game?
What's
here?
my
What do you-
motivation,
yeah,
baby?
What do you? What,
He's got his 15 minutes, and it didn't even last 15. It was
He
maybe
got
15 minutes of
minutes of his
beat
ass
down.
kicked.
Yeah. He beat me too.
Oh, you know, after they got out of view,
he
too,
tripped
you know,
and
it was-
fell multiple times getting into that squad
You
car.
think those guys are getting fined? I'm sure they might get fined a little bit because he could turn around and sue motherfuckers.
For hitting him after he was already retired.
Yeah.
I can see it playing out like this. They're going to get fined $15,000.
He'll settle out.
He's going to get fined $15,000 for assault and battery, and he's going to get a $30,000 bonus for
Yeah. It was super cool, man. That dude
benefiting
got
the
it. I like
company.
how they were like, kick
services
his ass,
to the company.
kick his ass.
Oh, the crowd was having none of that. That was insane.
Hey, maybe it was inside job, though. Maybe Vince sent him.
Maybe. The screw job continues.
You never know.
Bro.
You had to look at Jeremy's face as he talks to Matt Riddle, Marcellus Riddle Jr.
Hey, bro.
Bro. No.
Bro.
Yeah. They sent some
His
random
music's so gangsta. I love it.
random crazy person to the ring to tackle Bret Hart, just like Ring of Honor didn't know that Enzo and Cass were coming.
Oh, God. No, I think the Bret Hart thing wasn't a work.
Not at all.
Not at all.
no,
The Enzo and Cass thing was a total work. And here's my deal. Why? Who can you honestly, anybody sit here and honestly say I liked Enzo and Cass?
How you doing?
I mean, he had a good shtick.
He had a shtick. That's about it. But come on, man. Fuck that, dude. Like, they're like, oh, well, we're in the Garden. It's Mania weekend. These guys are recently released. Unfortunately, not deceased. No, I don't mean that. Come on, dude. It doesn't make sense to me.
They just got the... Come on! They got the name. They got the name and the pop, Like,
Oh, that wasn't a pop.
There was no pop. People were booing the fuck out of it.
So toss up. Who got the bigger? Well, no, it was. That's not close. I was gonna say Hulk Hogan or.
Oh no! Don't even go there. Hulkster didn't
Hulkster
get
got
booed.
some booze.
He got some
He's gonna
booze.
have booze for the rest of his time with us.
Well,
That's just
you
gonna
know.
be the nature of the beast. But Enzo and Cass
Forgive
were
but
not
never forget.
well
Unfortunately,
received. They were not well received.
that was piss poor booking. That was a horrible idea. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but you could have did a lot
I
better.
could have seen it, though. Enzo just recently popped up.
Well, he did that
ringside
shit
at
at
the WWE.
yeah,
pay-per-view.
just because he had a record coming out, and he's trying to get publicity.
Yeah. So
Hey,
I
he was
could have
trying to
seen
drum
it.
up business, and it worked. His crowd of 50 people.
He sold
bumped
about
up to
50
100.
CDs.
Hey, man.
He's still going hard in the paint.
That's the only reason I could have seen that as being, legit was because of the history of him just popping up and trying to create controversy when no one cares.
Yeah.
But
And speaking of being legit, because before we get too legit to quit.
That was
that was impressive.
wow.
Put some stank on it. Marcellus, where are you playing? What's your band's name? Where can people catch you?
Lovely voice.
I've been my band is Lucid Empathy, and we are playing headlining our own Lucid Bash right next door to the studio we're currently recording in on Main Street in beautiful downtown Hobart, Indiana. We'll be playing at the Art Theater Friday, April 26th.
220 Main Street.
And we have an awesome lineup. You check out the Facebook page. We got the flyer up. Just look for Samuel L. Jackson.
Sweet.
What? Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
He said, what? Hurry, we only got a couple minutes, so you got to do it.
that. Yeah.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Does he look like a bitch?
Do I look like a bitch? Come to the show.
Maybe if you had a ponytail, then, right now you look like Matt Riddle.
Hey, I'll take. Hey, bro.
Bro.
How long have we been here for?
Hey. What do you think? Do you think Matt Riddle would maybe make the bypass to Black Label on 420? Do you think?
I think he has bigger
I think
plans.
I think he would have. Well,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
guys
say, if
had
he's
him
still-
before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there for that one. Now he's in the East, so no, it's definitely not going to happen.
He took his talents. And
That
went to the
sucks.
Big East.
But NXT takeover real quick. We're not going to go into that, but it was fucking
Fire House
was-
of.
Yeah, House of Fire. It was fucking awesome. Hey, Jeremy, where can people catch you at?
I am on the big three the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Jeremy the Ref. Check out Black Label Pro on Twitter, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Check them out.
Buy some t-shirts, blpmerch.com.
Come to the Players Brawl on 420 in South Bend. Tickets available now. Come hang out with the Godfather. Come see Marco Stunt versus Logan Stunt.
Get on that.
And most importantly, come on out and party at the Players Brawl, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, and we can't forget about Papa Shango.
Man, that dude creeps me out.
Yeah. And, you know where you can find the Juice at on Instagram and Facebook at Juice Pro Wrestling, on Twitter at JPW Podcast. We're all over on any podcasting platform weekly. So if you want to get the juice, then you know where to get it. We also have jpdub.com, which is a direct link to our YouTube channel, which will have exclusive interviews coming out, which one is coming out soon with a magician wrestler and one of them people from Too Stupid to Die.
I went to high school with those guys.
Yeah, a lot of people did. We're not going to give it away just yet.
I didn't. I went to a different high school.
But be on the lookout for that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. The Hornswoggle interview is going to be coming at you very soon. Thank you all for listening. Everybody around the world, we appreciate you a lot. And, before I got to go, oh, hey, one more thing. If you like what you hear, if you have any suggestions, any grievances, or any kind of fucking praise, you want to dial up that Juice Pro Wrestling hotline at 1-872-267-4199. Hey, Barry White! Yo, Juice. What's that fucking number again? It's 1-872-267-4199. It's only free a minute. After that, you get charged 99 cents a minute. The Mean Gene rates kick in. Call my hotline now.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Thank you all for tuning in for another exciting episode of Juice Pro Wrestling. We'll be back next week. And before we leave, there's one thing I got to do. I got to wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, fuck 'em up!
You gonna do sex to me?